Good evening, Jerome Ellis here for Laterno University Administration of Criminal Justice Unit 5, Mentoring New Hire Brief. So let's jump right in. Nice to see you. Glad to have you finally as a part of our team. A couple of foundational things that we want to lay down, just want to discuss with you and share so that you can maximize your potential here as not only a team member, but as a leader. Um, this company or this agency is built on three core foundational commitments to success, and just want to jump right into those and start talking about them, laying them out for you on today. Uh, First thing is how you consider your encounters. The second one is following leadership and connecting with purpose. And then finally, that third pillar would be working the process, processes actually, both company process and kingdom process. So our expectations and our commitment in considering encounters is definitely established on the laws of communication. We know that communication is both verbal and non-verbal, but we have a commitment. We ask for your buy-in to create a safe place for communication. Who are you actually communicating with, and how are you going to create a safe space for them? Um, Put just as much emphasis on the encounter as the person you are having the encounter with. So in your work time, you'll have encounters with team members, supervision, community members, departmental agencies like the DA's office, office of uh, the city or county attorney's office, probation, all of these agents that you will come in contact with, as well as community partners, those nonprofits and others that are helping to create a discussion to enhance the services that we provide. So communication is key. It's really a two-way street. The two-way street involves the law of respect that Maxwell he talks about in his book of those amazing tools and laws that help us as leaders. Um, so let's cover six quick aspects of this respect two-way street. Number one, use leadership ability. Just use that leadership ability that you naturally have. Two would be have respect for others. Again, we're going to jump back into that safe place for dialogue, making sure that nobody feels challenged, that you're not listening just to wait for a space to talk, that you're actually considering and using compassion when someone is giving you a dialogue when they're talking with you. Be courageous. Be willing to create positive change, even if it's not popular. Number four, consider success records. The person that you're talking with, how successful they've been in what they're doing, and you as yourself, how successful in the record that you have at being successful in a dialogue and establishing respect. Five is show loyalty. Stay connected. And then number six, be a value add to others. So those are very important in considering your encounters and who you're having those encounters with. The second pillar, the second thing that we'll talk about is following leadership and connecting with your purpose. Our style of leadership transitions to meet the needs and pursue justice for those that have been victimized and to help build relationships and alliances across the board. That is where we can connect with others and you can connect with your God-given purpose. Our main focus is to empower. Theodore Roosevelt, he wrote, the best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good men and women to do what he wants done, and self-restraint to keep from meddling with them while they do it. And that's something that we truly believe. We want to empower, not micromanage. We want to empower you and the other team members to develop and become those leaders. So the different styles of leadership that transition, as I spoke of earlier, we do use directive leadership with emphasis on expectations. So That's not to, just cast out orders, but to set standards. Supportive leadership that stresses the, you know, concern for you, the employee, concern for the team member. So we want to make sure that, if that be vicarious liability, if it be, I'm sorry, vicarious trauma, if it be secondary trauma, if it be compassion fatigue, burnout, those are the kind of things that we want to know about so that we can be supportive. And then participative. Participative emphasizes collaboration between the administration and the line workers, the supervisors, the employees. I just want to make sure that everybody gets a seat at the table. Now, the one leadership that we have to be careful with is the achievement oriented leadership. We are careful not to create quotas or unhealthy competitive environments, but we do support praise in public, and we do have a policy of correcting in private. So there are achievement things that we wish to fulfill, but not in a competitive way. All right. And then finally, a third pillar, work the process. Work the process. Work the processes. I apologize. The company process and the kingdom process. So what you'll have to actually do, literally, physically, is read. You're going to have to read your policies and ask questions. So you get and dive into those general orders and those policies that the company has put forth, and then ask questions. Ask questions of me, supervision, other teammates. You're going to have to dive in and then ask questions. Same thing with kingdom principles. The word of God is our guide. So you're going to have to dive in to the word of God. You're going to have to read the word of God and then ask questions. Very same thing. You will encounter a personal and a professional growth process. Okay. So you will encounter that. But I want to encourage you at points of challenge, work the processes. At points of need for clarity, work the process. Again, you'll have that growth process, and I don't want you to be discouraged in it, knowing that you have both the company and the kingdom processes to work. Nehemiah, in the second chapter, he came to the king with concern, and he was given some things because of what he stated. He was given directives, he was given tools, he was given resources, and it meant support for what he had purposed in his heart from God. And when the challenges came, he worked the process. He prayed, and then he worked the natural process by positioning people in certain places and building a certain way and arming a certain way. And then he worked the spiritual process by believing that he would be delivered, and by trusting God to be his to be his protector. And just wanted to make sure that you understand that in this journey, you're going to have to work both processes. All right. So that about covers it. I think we've touched on everything we need to touch on here. Can't wait to start the formal process, but wanted to maximize this opportunity to share with you and let you know how much I cared about how we're leaders and how we want to develop the leader in you. So thanks so much. We'll talk to you next time. Again, Jerome Ellis, Unit 5, Laterno University. So it looks as though my PowerPoint got stuck. Recording and giving a PowerPoint presentation made my computer mad. So I believe that this is the end of the working the process, and definitely wanted to make sure that we had the references recorded. All right. We'll talk to you next time. Take care.